Hi, I'm Sue Beckingham and I teach at Sheffield Hallam University. Welcome to this workshop. Unfortunately, I can't be with you today, but I hope this recording will provide an introduction to how Bring Your Own Devices for Learning began and what it's meant for me. It was actually at the November 2013 CEDAR conference that the idea of designing a new short CPD course was suggested by Christina Rancy based on the FDOL concept. FDOL was an open course about flexible distance and online learning she'd created with Lars Ullin. I was familiar with this as Chrissy had invited me to give a guest webinar back in 2013 in March for FDOL 131, where I spoke about collaborative learning and communities. We both shared a great enthusiasm for collaboration and networking, as well as having mutual colleagues through the Media Enhanced Learning SIG, led by Andrew Middleton, known lovingly as MELSIG. Over the recent years, I've developed a passionate interest in the use of social media for learning and began presenting this work from about 2009. I created a blog in 2011 and went on to learn so much from taking part in a variety of US tweet chats, an idea I would bring to Bring Your Own Devices for Learning and contribute to FDOL in 2014 with David Hopkins, a good friend of mine. It was great to share this with Chrissy, and we enthusiastically started to pool ideas as we waited for our trains after leaving the CEDAR conference, and then continued that conversation via Twitter throughout the whole journey home and then over Skype over the following weeks. We came up with the name Byod for L, which stands for Bring Your Own Device for Learning, and we agreed that it'd be a good idea to hold this new learning opportunity over 5 days with a theme for each day. What I brought to Byod for L was the idea for the 5 C's. This came from the 6 C's I presented as a guest speaker at University of Roehampton in September 2013, and this advocated that social media empowers individuals to become conversationalists, collaborators, communicators, creators, curators, and also critics, and to continue the dialogue face to face. We went on to use connect, communicate, collaborate, curate and create for Byod for L, and later developed this into a framework which we wrote about and published. So taking 1 C for each day, this became the focus of the conversations that would take place in a range of online spaces, culminating in a tweet chat each evening, which was really fun, fast and furious. We reached out to our networks and we're delighted to have join us a group of wonderful facilitators who include people that are going to be taking part today and facilitating the workshop: Andrew Middleton, Neil Withnell, Alex Spears, as well as David Hopkins, Chris Rowell and others. And the first event took place in January 2014. It really was good fun, and participants exchanged ideas and tools that enabled and enhanced learning. But most importantly, I think to me was, and I know to many others too, it provided an opportunity to extend our personal learning networks, making new connections. And this led to further collaborations, and these evolved over time. And you can see some of these within the Byod for L website that's still available. Lots of co-created resources, including a Byod song, a poem co-created, a book of C's, because we expanded on ideas for the C's at that point, and Byod for L recipes. Further iterations of Byod for L took place in July 2014, and then following that it was annually in January in 2015, 16, 17 and 18, and each evolved and brought in new facilitators that wanted to join us, as well as mentors that helped the new facilitators. So it was a very supportive network, and it was wonderful to see Neil, Alex, Sheila, Deb and Suze lead the last event, and they are leading the workshop today. And I think through these initiatives, other things, through these events, other initiatives grew as well, which involved members of the Byod for L community. For example, LTHE chats, Creative HE, and the Social Media for Learning in Higher Education conference, which started at Sheffield Hallam and has now moved around different universities and will be taking place at Strathclyde in December, which is very exciting. But coming back to today's workshop for OER 21, there will be an opportunity to consider what the 5 C's might mean to you in your own current learning and teaching contexts, as well as the chance to reflect on the impact of COVID and to what extent can bringing learning to the multiple devices we now have provide access to a caring and supported community of co-learners. I can guarantee you'll have a rich conversation this afternoon, and who knows, maybe an appetite for another BYOD for L online event to take place. Enjoy the session. Bye-bye.